Hello, welcome, WJ Burns PHX. This here is a Zenith Model 6S527 from 1942, I believe, 41, 42. It has been completely refurbished inside and out. I've had this one on the shelf close to a year now, waiting. I needed to pick up one of these adjustment covers for the buttons, and nobody seemed to have one. I finally happened across one on eBay on another radio that was kind of crap. The cabinet was kind of crap, but it had one of these complete. So I bagged off the removable adjustment cover for it. This cabinet has been sanded back to bare wood and restained with a honey stain. It might be a red mahogany stain, but I think I sanded it once again because it collected up a little dust in the time it sat on the shelf. The It has been refinished in about 5 coats of clear poly. This here was broken and it's been refixed. And the knobs are all reproductions. The has a new dial cover, and the dial has been reprinted. It's a homemade reprint. It's not a reproduction, it's just a homemade reprint. And the dial indicator is original though. The buttons are originals. Uh, the um, the chassis has been refurbished. The original transformer on the chassis was burnt out. When I got the radio, first got the radio, I opened it up and looked at everything to make sure everything was okay. And there was a tar all in the chassis and on the um, on the floor of the base of the cabinet. And upon checking it, it was trash. It had a short in it. So it has a reproduct. Well, it has a new Hammond uh, transformer. The capacitors have been replaced. The IFs have been gone through. The new wiring added to the IF cans, and some of the old brittle wiring has been replaced. Um, it has a refurbished wave magnet antenna, internal loop. The primary and the secondary windings are new. 3 tubes have been replaced in this set: an IF tube, a converter tube, and an RF tube. It has been fused with a dropping resistor and a polarized power cord. Um, it has a new back cover. I believe when I got this thing, it didn't have a back cover at all, just the antenna. Uh, the antenna didn't have that shorting link on the thing. That one there, I had to make one for it. What else is there? we'll get her fired up here and let you give a listen to it as soon as I can get this in a stirrup, so stand by. Okay, got the phone in a stirrup and radio's set up to receive shortwave. I have it on an assist on a long wire antenna and an earth ground. It may not need the earth ground, but I found that on some radios it helps to minimize the background hiss and noise. So we'll go with the shortwave right now. It's about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's clear skies. The sun is bright, and we'll see what we can get. We usually don't do it at this time of the day. It's usually around 5 p.m. that I usually do it. But I want to see what we can do with this. These Zeniths are pretty good about bringing in
today. Dr. Robert Franklin, all the way from Columbia, and he's taking us through part 40 of the walk through Genesis.
That I could speak to you concerning time.
Why do you think we haven't done a very good job?
No, there's 3.
Contemporary. What's the bearing?
الإنسان ومنذ عام 2015 وصل إلى
4. 5 if you include WWV.
This is Jeff.
That's a boomer.
Thank you for joining us
6.
on New State in American Indian History, November 20th.
Sounds like amateur.
Recognize him whom they pierced.
7.
The Feast of the Tabernacles will get its...
pocas naciones que estamos tan cerca
8.
de la vida y esto pocas naciones pueden decir eso.
Ricardo Sagarminaga.
Querido amado, tanto Reinaldo como Henry
9.
destacaron, ¿no? Y es que Felipe VI, además de estas palabras, tuvo empresas españolas.
10.
当 Ken 和我一起
11.
入到那个监狱里的世界之轮修理车间，
12. 13.
if the data stay consistent.
14.
He had it yesterday or this morning, looking at
Lecture and podcast from 2007 through 2015
15.
can be heard at drwongradio.com. His podcasts since 2016 and his lecture
fighting the things most likely to kill us can be found on...
Yeah, like each other.
It seems that most of the Fed is around the country lower.
That's 16.
The expectation.
That's amateur. What is that, 17 or 18? This part of the dial is going to be quiet for the time of day that it is. It'll pick up tonight. Usually don't get that many stations up here in the daytime. I wanted to check it and see whether or not how it would do, and it did pretty good. It's 18 across the upper part of the dial. At night, the bottom part of the dial will become active, and this one, the upper part, will fall off. So we'll continue on and do the broadcast band.
But if you ever do see a wrong-way driver coming at you, slow down, safety steer. This is Dimitri of El Rincon Restaurant Mexicano in Tlaquepaque Village, the original home of Sedona's favorite Arizona-style.
That's out of Flagstaff. At night, well, I should say, in the evening and at night, the dial will start bringing in a lot more stations as the sun goes down below the mountain, and it allows quite a few stations to come through. Some even out of California.
Action-packed little day. Now this is a
751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to
replacement standard. Double columns looking to extend.
That there is right at the limit of our broadcast band. 1600 is our local station, and it comes through, but not too good, but it does pick up. You can dial it in on these push buttons. That's our local station there.
Gardening to an Arizona staycation, where a park there that I go, man, this is a perfect
moisturizing cream. So you get a gentle clean that leaves skin feeling soft.
And there's your push buttons.
Upgrade to Dove.
In order to do your push buttons for your location, just pop this off.
Now that is money well spent. Dove. Get more.
Yeah, let's see if I got something around here that I can.
Country legends place northern Arizona's legendary country songs about the South.
I don't know if you can see it, but right in here there's adjusters. Use a dowel rod that's got a little cup in the bottom of it, and dial in the stems. Dial in your frequency, and then the nuts back there. Use a nut driver, and that adjusts your antenna trimmers. And you do that for each one of the buttons until you get them all dialed in, and then you put that back into position there and snap it back in. So there you have it, a 1942 Zenith Model 6S527, completely refurbished and ready to go. Thanks for watching. Let's give you a little shot of what the dial looks like.
You're looking for this holiday? Spread more joy with holiday cards, calendars, and photo gifts from Vistaprint. And now you can get up to 50% off all holiday cards and calendars at Vistaprint.com.
So thank you for watching.